Hello guys, welcome back. Today's movie recap will be a romance movie from 2016 called One Summer Night. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. In the first scene, which appears to be set in 2013, we see two North Korean soldiers kissing and making out. They are startled by the sound of a nearby siren and start running. One of them falls and the other goes back to help him up. The scene then jumps forward to the summer of 2016 in Korea. We see Young Jun washing dishes at a restaurant. He steps outside and watches a tutorial on how to pronounce English alphabet sounds. Shortly after, he receives a phone call. The person on the other end asks how things are going, and Young Jun says he'll call them back. He owes the person money and promises to return the call. Young Jun approaches the restaurant owner, asking for an advance on his pay, but she declines. Meanwhile, we see Tae-kyu playing with a toy gun. He's hiding behind a fence, pointing the gun at something unseen, as though practicing shooting. We hear a man groaning and shouting, asking who's there. It seems Tae-kyu is aiming at him. In the next scene, Young Jun meets with the man who called earlier to give him some money. The man's son's left eye is bandaged, and the man tells Young Jun that the money is chicken feed. He says he needs the money to treat his son's eye and threatens that if Young Jun doesn't bring more, he'll have Young Jun's eyes scooped out. When Young Jun gets home, Tae-kyu says he's hungry and Young Jun brings him a hamburger. As Tae-kyu eats, they talk and Young Jun asks if Tae-kyu has been playing with the gun. Tae-kyu says he's just practicing since he'll be joining the military soon. Young Jun angrily asks if he's happy about going into the military. Young Jun tells Tae-kyu not to play with the gun anymore, tosses it into a fish tank, and goes into his room. Tae-kyu knocks on the door, asking if Young Jun is tired of him and whether he still loves him. Tae-kyu knocks for a while, but Young Jun doesn't respond. Tae-kyu eventually leaves the house. Hearing the door close, indicating that Tae-kyu has gone out, Young Jun calls his cell phone, but Tae-kyu has left his phone behind. Young Jun goes out searching for him and eventually finds him. He piggybacks Tae-kyu home. They sleep naked together, and Young Jun tries to reassure Tae-kyu that he is the apple of his eye and that he'll never leave him. The next morning, Tae-kyu and Young Jun dress up to go out after sharing a kiss. They stroll through shops, checking things out and taking pictures. Tae-kyu tells Young Jun that he'll send him his first paycheck. Young Jun tells him to buy meat for himself instead. At the restaurant where Young Jun works, he stares at the meat in the fridge for a long time before closing it and returning to work. As he's about to leave, the restaurant owner searches his nylon bag, suspecting he stole meat. She doesn't find anything but tells him he looks suspicious staring at the fridge for so long. Young Jun angrily tells her that he's not a thief and storms off. Later, the man's son, the one with the bandaged eye, confronts Young Jun and demands money. He cuts his eye with a knife to blackmail Young Jun into giving him money. As Young Jun is walking down the road, a man in a car sees him and calls out his name. He stops and picks Young Jun up. The man gives Young Jun some money and tells him to dial a number, promising that Young Jun will eat meat every night if he complies. In the next scene, Young Jun takes Tae-kyu out to eat grilled meat. When they get back home, they talk about when the North Korean president might die and joke about who would win if North and South Korea ever went to war. Tae-kyu asks Young Jun to cut his hair. Young Jun suggests going to a barber shop, but Tae-kyu insists that he wants Young Jun to do it. Young Jun complies and cuts Tae-kyu's hair. In the next scene, Tae-kyu is waiting for Young Jun outside the gate, dressed in his military uniform, when the man to whom Young Jun owes money attacks him, attempting to scoop out Tae-kyu's eyes with a knife. Young Jun rushes out and rescues Tae-kyu. The man demands the money Young Jun owes him, and Tae-kyu runs away. In the following scene, Young Jun searches for Tae-kyu and finds him sitting alone. Tae-kyu apologizes for being a troublemaker, but Young Jun promises that he'll fix Tae-kyu's eyes. They go to a pond, tossing stones into the water. Tae-kyu records a video like a vlog, talking about his upcoming military service. Afterward, Young Jun drags Tae-kyu into a bush, and they make out. Tae-kyu records another video for Young Jun, telling him how much he loves him. He jokes that Young Jun is lucky to have such a handsome boyfriend and tells him not to cheat while he's away. They part ways, with Tae-kyu leaving for the military. At the restaurant where Young Jun works, he is washing dishes as usual when a strange guy is seen outside watching him. Young Jun later meets the one-eyed son of the man who's harassing him for money and gives him some money. The boy calls his dad to inform him that he has collected the rest of the money and mentions he'll buy toothpaste and shampoo on his way home. The next day, Young Jun meets Jae-sung, the man who was watching him outside the restaurant. Young Jun punches him and later cries in his room. Afterward, Young Jun lets Jae-sung into his house and gives him a burger. Jae-sung asks if Young Jun isn't curious about where he's been, but Yeonjun says no, dismissing him as just one of the 2,000 North Koreans who come to South Korea for freedom. Jae-sung remarks that Yeonjun's Korean has improved and no longer has an accent. Yeonjun storms off to his room. Jae-sung follows and knocks on his door, but Yeonjun tells him not to bother because he never listens to anything he says anyway. Jae-sung leaves, head down. In the next scene, Jae-sung asks Yeonjun to give him a tour of Seoul. Yeonjun asks if he has money and demands 1 million won. If not, he tells him to keep quiet. Eventually, he gives Jae-sung directions to important places. Later, it starts drizzling, and we see Yeonjun and Jae-sung walking in the rain. Jae-sung covers Yeonjun with his hand, but Yeonjun grabs him, tells him to stop, kicks the rain in frustration, and walks off. At home, Yeonjun and Taekyu make out, with Taekyu in his military uniform. Jae-sung arrives and sees them kissing. Later, Taekyu asks Jae-sung who he is and whether he likes boys or girls. When Jae-sung doesn't respond, Taekyu slams the table, asking if he's deaf. Taekyu then goes to the bathroom where Yeonjun is, scrubbing his body for him. He asks who Jae-sung is, and Yeonjun replies that he's just a buddy. When Taekyu asks if Yeonjun is cheating on him, Yeonjun explains that Jae-sung is married. Taekyu then questions Jae-sung about his wife, and he responds that she is in North Korea. Taekyu asks if Jae-sung is from North Korea, but Jae-sung ignores the question and walks away. Taekyu then asks Yeonjun how he met Jae-sung. Yeonjun says they met in China, where he studied when he was younger. Yeonjun then leaves for a walk. Later, Yeonjun meets a drunk man, who gives him what looks like an invoice showing that he owes 10 million won. The man warns Yeonjun, saying he's sure he wouldn't want his boyfriend to go to jail. At home, Taekyu and Yeonjun are having sex with the door open, and Jae-sung is watching them with a sad expression. Later, Jae-sung offers to buy breakfast for Taekyu, and as Taekyu munches on his meal, he asks how long Taekyu and Yeonjun have been together. Taekyu tells him they've been together for 834 days. Afterward, Taekyu asks Jae-sung to buy him a toy gun, which he does, and Taekyu tells him not to tell Yeonjun. Jae-sung meets the man to who Yeonjun gave money earlier in the movie and his one-eyed son, and pays them the money Yeonjun owes. He threatens to kill the man if he bothers Yeonjun again. Jae-sung returns to Yeonjun, asking if he's angry. He gives him a burger, saying he knows Yeonjun wants it, but Yeonjun declines and walks off. The man from earlier, who drives a car, meets Yeonjun and promises they'll make a lot of money, telling him not to be afraid. In the next scene, Yeonjun is shown having sex with someone in the car. Afterward, Yeonjun washes his mouth under a tap, as if trying to cleanse himself, and later walks home, crying. In the next scene, Yeonjun is treating Taekyu to grilled meat. Jae-sung arrives and Taekyu invites him to join them. Jae-sung hides a hamburger bag behind his back and sits with them. Taekyu feeds Yeonjun and asks Jae-sung if he misses his wife in North Korea. Jae-sung replies that he misses the person so much but isn't sure how that person feels. He says this while looking at Yeonjun. Later, Jae-sung gives Yeonjun a piece of paper and tells him to start living from now on. Yeonjun tries to choke Jae-sung, holding him by the neck, but then tries to make out with him. When Jae-sung pushes him away, Yeonjun says not to take it seriously because it's just part of his nature. Yeonjun takes a shower afterward, spitting and crying under the water. The next day, Jae-sung asks Yeonjun to have dinner with him, but Yeonjun walks away without a response. Jae-sung then puts on a military uniform he finds in Yeonjun's room and meets him at a park later, where Yeonjun is sitting by himself. Yeonjun looks upset, asking why he's wearing it. Jae-sung says he loves the uniform and that it's better than North Korea's military uniform, and asks Yeonjun to take him around Seoul. Yeonjun and Jae-sung check out festivals and historical buildings. Jae-sung asks how Yeonjun met Taekyu, but Yeonjun responds by saying he doesn't need someone to help him, but someone to share sorrow with, and that Taekyu has replaced Jae-sung in his life. Jae-sung tells Yeonjun not to work late and to take care of himself. Later, Jae-sung goes home, and Taekyu is on the stairs. Taekyu asks what he's doing with Yeonjun's uniform and tells him not to touch his stuff. Jae-sung responds by telling Taekyu not to touch his stuff either. Taekyu mutters to himself, wondering what he's talking about, and walks off. Yeonjun is making out with someone in the back of a car, and Jae-sung sees him, looking disappointed. Afterward, as Yeonjun is walking home, Jae-sung meets him and asks if he came from North Korea to live like that. Yeonjun tells Jae-sung to let go of his hand because he needs to go buy meat. Jae-sung then goes to Yeonjun's home and attacks Taekyu, saying Taekyu gave Yeonjun a hard time and that Yeonjun is in trouble because of him. Youngjun comes in and shouts, telling Jae-sung to leave his house. Taekyun and Youngjun make out, leaving the door open for Jae-sung to watch and get jealous. Jae-sung, angered, shuts the door and leaves. Youngjun goes out looking for Jae-sung, but Jae-sung hides so that Youngjun doesn't find him. Taekyun tells Youngjun that he's going to the military and that Youngjun shouldn't go to work or leave him. As Youngjun is escorting Taekyun down the stairs, the man who has been disturbing him for money and his son are outside. The man asks for money again. Youngjun tells Taekyun to leave, and after Taekyun is gone, he attacks the man, telling him he's already given him his money and that he should leave him alone. Later, Taekyun is at the amusement park, and Youngjun reassures him not to worry about the earlier situation and that he'll settle it. Taekyun asks Youngjun to tell him more about China, as he doesn't like that he didn't know Youngjun studied there. Youngjun tells Taekyun he'll get him a drink, and he meets Jae-sung on his way. Youngjun asks what Jae-sung wants from him, and Jae-sung replies that he just wants to say goodbye. Youngjun says all he needs is someone who will look after him. Jae-sung says his life became hellish after Youngjun left him and reminisces about how Youngjun used to want American hamburgers back then, and how he thought he would come back to him. Jae-sung tells Youngjun that he'll stay out of his sight. Youngjun asks where Jae-sung is going, and Jae-sung tells him he's going where he's welcomed. Youngjun holds him back and kisses him. Taekyun sees them kissing and runs away. Youngjun and Jae-sung try to find Taekyun. When Youngjun returns home, he finds the fish tank broken. Taekyun calls Youngjun, crying, holding a gun to his eye, and asks him to come get him, saying he didn't see anything and that Youngjun should come. Youngjun rushes up to find Taekyun. Jae-sung tries to stop him, baiting him to stay and not leave him, but Youngjun breaks free from Jae-sung's grip and continues to search for Taekyun. As Youngjun is searching, the one-eyed son of the man from earlier follows him, holding a huge stone. His eyes filled with revenge, and he hits Youngjun with the stone. Youngjun falls to the ground, blood covering his head as he dies. In the final scene, Jae-sung is seen spreading clothes to dry. He then goes back inside, watches tutorials on English alphabet pronunciation while sipping from a cup, and tries to pronounce the words after the online teacher. Thank you for watching. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you next time.